Learning a language is like growing a plant. At first, it is small and fragile, but with time and care, it becomes stronger. I always wanted to improve my English, especially my listening skills. Listening is important because it helps us understand others. It also helps us speak better. Here is the story of how I practice listening English every day. First, I set small goals for myself. I knew I could not become perfect in one day, so I started with small steps. My first goal was to understand simple conversations in English. I chose to listen to things that were not too hard. This made me feel good because I could see my progress. I made a plan. Each day, I spent 30 minutes listening to English. Sometimes I listened for more time if I had it, but I always made sure to listen for at least 30 minutes. Setting a goal helped me stay focused and gave me something to work towards. Next, I found the right materials to listen to. There are many ways to practice listening English, but I had to find what worked best for me. I started with simple things like children's stories and beginner podcasts. These were easy to understand and helped me feel more confident. I also listened to news reports for kids. They use simple language, and the speakers talk slowly and clearly. This was very helpful for me. I learned new words and phrases, and I could hear how English speakers say them in real life. Sometimes I watched English cartoons. They are fun and made learning enjoyable. The characters in cartoons speak clearly, and I could follow their conversations easily. I also enjoyed the stories, so it didn't feel like I was studying. At first, I found it hard to understand everything. People spoke too fast, and I couldn't catch all the words. So, I used subtitles. When I watched videos or TV shows, I turned on the English subtitles. This helped me see the words while I was hearing them. It made it easier to understand the pronunciation and meaning of the words. As I practiced more, I slowly stopped using subtitles. I tried to understand what I heard without reading. This was difficult at first, but over time, I became better. Now, I can watch many shows and understand them without subtitles. This made me feel proud because I could see how much I had improved. Listening to music was another way I practiced. I love music, so this was a fun way to learn. I listened to English songs and read the lyrics while listening. This helped me understand the words in the songs. Many songs have repeated words and phrases, so I could learn them quickly. After some time, I tried to understand the songs without looking at the lyrics. It was like a game for me. If I didn't understand a word, I would listen again or look it up. Music also taught me informal English, which is useful for everyday conversations. Once I felt more confident, I started listening to podcasts and audiobooks. Podcasts are great because you can listen to them anywhere, like while walking or doing chores. I chose podcasts that were for English learners. The speakers talked slowly, and they explained difficult words. Audiobooks were another great resource. I listened to simple books first, and then I moved on to more difficult ones. Listening to books helped me improve my concentration because I had to focus on the story. It also helped me get used to different accents. One thing that helped me a lot was speaking along with what I heard. When I listened to something, I would try to repeat it. This was hard at first because people speak fast, but with time, I got better at it. Speaking along helped me improve my pronunciation and rhythm. It also made me feel more comfortable speaking English out loud. Sometimes I paused the audio and repeated the sentences. This gave me time to practice saying the words correctly. I didn't worry about making mistakes because practicing is the key to getting better. The more I practiced, the easier it became. As I got better, I started watching TV shows and movies in English. This was both fun and educational. I chose shows with clear English, like family shows or educational programs. The characters in these shows spoke clearly, and I could understand them better than in fast-paced shows. Movies were a bit more challenging because the characters often spoke quickly, but I didn't give up. I watched with subtitles at first, then without them. Watching movies also helped me understand different cultures and slang words, which are important in real-life conversations. I also used language apps to improve my listening. These apps had listening exercises where I could hear short conversations and answer questions about them. It helped me test my understanding and improve my listening speed. Some apps also had games, which made learning fun. Using these apps helped me practice listening every day, even if I was busy. I could listen to short clips while traveling or waiting in line. The key was consistency, practicing a little bit every day. Practicing with real people was the best way to improve my listening. I joined online language exchange groups where I could talk to native English speakers. At first, I was shy because I didn't understand everything, but the more I practiced, the better I became. Talking with native speakers helped me get used to how English is spoken in everyday life. I heard different accents and ways of speaking. Sometimes people spoke quickly, but I learned to ask them to repeat if I didn't understand. This made me more confident in real-life conversations. Learning to listen in English took time, but I stayed patient. There were days when I felt frustrated because I couldn't understand something, but I didn't give up. I reminded myself that it's okay to make mistakes and that learning a language is a journey. I also stayed positive by celebrating my small successes. Every time I understood a new word or finished a podcast without subtitles, I felt proud. These small wins kept me motivated to keep going. In the end, practicing listening in English has made a big difference in my life. It has helped me understand people better, improved my speaking skills, and made me more confident. The key was to practice a little bit every day, use different resources, and stay patient. Learning English is like climbing a mountain. It takes effort, but the view from the top is worth it. Every day I practiced, I got a little closer to the top. Now, I can enjoy English movies, songs, and conversations with friends from around the world. I'm still learning, but I'm proud of how far I've come.